Barça! Barça! Barça!
Hi guys, and welcome back to Viva Barça. Welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to be discussing on some interesting updates as usual. We are going to start with this report from Spanish outlet Dario Sport claiming that Juventus forward Paulo Dybala would be open to joining Barcelona from Juventus this coming summer. Let's not forget, Paulo Dybala will become a free agent in the summer when his contract expires, and Barcelona are reportedly one of the favorites to land the player in the summer. We are going to be discussing much on that report as we move ahead. Then secondly, we are going to be talking on this other transfer rumor saying that Barcelona are identifying Ajax youngster Ryan Gravenberch as Sergio Busquets' long-term successor. We are going to be discussing much on that report as well. So guys, as we get right into it, please make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Give this video a like and make sure to watch the video right up to the very end.
Barça! Barça! Barça!
Due to their financial situation, Barcelona are paying very close attention to players who will become free agents at the end of this season. One of those is Juventus' Paulo Dybala, according to Dario Sport, who doesn't look like renewing his contract in Turin. The Argentine is thought to be interested in joining Barcelona and would like to play in La Liga. This is despite the fact that there is also interest in his services from the Premier League and Serie A. He believed that he has finished his cycle with Juventus and is keen to continue growing as a footballer and take on a new challenge. As well as Barcelona, Tottenham Hotspur and Inter Milan are both keenly interested in Dybala, valued at 50 million euros by transfer market. The 28-year-old has contributed 112 goals and 48 assists in the 281 games he has played for Juventus. He has also managed to score 2 goals in 32 caps for Argentina national team. Paulo Dybala is a talented player, no doubt, and I think the move will make sense. But we need to remember one thing. There are a lot of forwards in our team. But of course, notwithstanding, Barca needs to offload many players because, the roster is really tight. And if all these rumors, reports we have been talking about, if it does come to fruition, then that means players have been sold a lot before they can come. Where is the like of Erling Haaland? Where will he play with all these forwards we have? Sometimes I ask myself such questions. We have a lot of forwards, but of course the likes of Martin Braithwaite, Luke de Jong, maybe even Memphis Depay. There are some players that need to give way because Barca also have a lot of forwards that they have been talking about recently. The likes of Anthony, Erling Haaland, and so on and so forth. All this depends on how many players will be offloaded, especially in that forward department, because I think we have about 10 or 11 forwards in our team. It's quite much. When Ansu Fati comes back, how will the team look like? Because let's not forget, all this will also depend on how Xavi manages the team. Especially in the forward department. So we just have to see how things unfold in the coming months. Of course, but notwithstanding, I think Paulo Dybala has talent. He will be a great addition, no doubt. But there's a big but. If Barca can succeed, of course, they need to think wisely and they need to offload players, bring in the players that are necessary and strengthen the other areas, of the team as well. Then on to the next story of discussion. Sergio Busquets has been an excellent servant for Barcelona over the years. A club legend in every right. The veteran midfielder has been pivotal to the success of Barcelona, over the past decade. However, the Barca's keeper will be turning 34 by the time the new season comes along, and it is time that the club starts to think about the future. As things stand, there is no natural backup or replacement for the Spanish international in the squad. Frankie de Jong and Nico Gonzalez are seen as viable options to take over from Busquets once the season campaigner will be phased out. But there remains a strong possibility that Barcelona decide to bring in someone from the outside as well. And as per Mundo Deportivo, Ajax sensation Ryan Gravenberch is a player that is very much on the club's radar as a potential candidate to replace Busquets at the Camp Nou in the long term. The 19-year-old is a product of the Ajax Youth Academy and has blossomed into one of the most talented young midfielders in Europe over the past couple of years. A full international with the Netherlands, his contract with the Dutch giant stands to expire in 2023. It would mean that Gravenberch could be available on a bargain in the summer, which could prompt Barca into action. The report states that Barcelona had tried to get a preferential clause for him when negotiating for Frankie de Jong back in 2019, but that was unsuccessful. Gravenberch, in a recent interview, admitted that he would not leave Ajax on a free transfer, which could be seen as a hint that the midfielder could leave maybe later this year. I don't know if I'll go this summer. What I'm sure of is that I will not leave Ajax if they do not receive anything in return. Ajax has always treated me well and I owe this club a lot, he commented. An opportunity, who knows, could present itself for Barcelona to sign the teenager this summer, although they will likely face competition from Bayern Munich and looking at the current Real Madrid. Looking at the current situation of Barcelona, and when we consider that Gravenberch still have a year left on his contract with Ajax, which means that this summer, if Barca want to go for him, then money must be involved. It's not a free agent, which I think it is unlikely. It's unlikely when we see the interest they have in Erling Haaland, that one you need to buy with money, and every investment will be mostly for that. And the strategy now for Laporta is exploiting more of the free agent market while gathering what they can gather for Erling Haaland. So whatever report I see about players, involved with money, their contract is still to expire and Barca showing interest, then I personally think it's unlikely for that deal to work out. Gravenberch is a very good player, a good DM. But when we look at things, Frankie de Jong, Nico Gonzalez, by trade, they can play the DM role. Busquets, have received some fair share of criticism this season, I honestly being one of them. He needs to be phased out from the team bit by bit. So it kind of baffles me, like week in, week out, Xavi Hernandez continue to use him every 90 minutes. And of course, we even, we remember the time when fans went to social media and were like, bench Busquets, hashtag bench Busquets. Xavi needs to understand that he's getting old. They even played together during Xavi's days. But try to introduce people like Frankie de Jong, Nico. Once in a while, they should play that DM role. Frankie de Jong, originally, as we know, is a DM. But came to Barca, we thought that Koeman was misusing him when it comes to positioning of the field. But of course, we need to know that Frankie de Jong being at a position where he thinks he's comfortable, I think is that DM role. So I don't think it's going to be a big deal, even if Barca do not acquire, a DM this summer, because we have Nico Gonzalez, we have Frankie de Jong, who can do that role, who can be trained. In fact, those are the roles that we all know them, but they are now turning more and more into central midfielders. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Hope you did enjoy the video, and also hope you did subscribe. If you haven't, please make sure to do so you always stay up to date with the latest on FC Barcelona here on Viva Barça. Until next time, bye bye.